Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another video from Oscar Cooper. We are doing Darksiders Genesis, long awaited, massive budget ARPG co-op split screen available on PlayStation 4, Xbox and of course the PC. Retailing at 40 quid, $50 and yes physical, yes digital. This is all singing, all dancing. There's a $100 limited edition statuette job as well. So incidentally, last time I did my 7,000 subscriber video, we've had 250 new subscribers, so welcome new couch co-opers and enjoy the video. THQ Nordic have an amazing art style. It shines so well in this game. Everybody looks massive and amazing and frightening. The Lord of Hell, whoever he is talking there, has got a Brooklyn accent. Moida! I'm not too sure if I'm into that with the immersion and stuff. Destiny did that. The protagonists have got slight twangs. It's okay. The game does look beautiful though.
One little horse man.
Malgros the Defiler, for conspiring with Lucifer.
Backstory wise, there's the usual convolution with the whole series. You don't need to know canon or know what's happening in Darksiders 3, 2 or 1. This game's great on that front. It just delivers what you want. A cool story. You guys are right in some wrong in some Hades-ridden, godforsaken underworld, but yeah, the bosses I think are what first drew me. I'm going to show you a little bit of the single player campaign because I want you to see that this is a damned strong single player game also. It works with two protagonists. When you're playing single player, you actually have to manually switch them in and out with the hotkey. That is and isn't enjoyable. You get the choice between those two on the front cover. One is a big, bulky, close quarters, melee attack, knight type dude, and the other one is that chap with the guns. He's got slightly higher movement speed, but he's a very enjoyable character to play. Huge range capabilities, an awesome shotgun style build move, and a dash that means you can whip around, get out of trouble. They're both really good fun, and they both offer loads of depth and play styles. It's just a shame that you can't have them both at the same time in the single player, but that's a given. You do get them when you team up. Okay, 2 minutes 25 seconds in and we have started to look at the split screen. Don't start everyone with like, you never get to the split screen. Anyway, there are these obelisks and you approach them, so you don't start split screen off the bat. You go to an obelisk and you summon in another player, a local player, which is quite a cool idea. You can also switch around which one of those characters you want to be, which is really handy because I have a particular nuance with the big bulky guy, and of course I want someone else. You can't be the same character as what I'm talking about, but it's great to be able to switch around. So that offers depth. You could do that mid-game if you wanted. You can see that it's a request, a bit like in Borderlands, and the other person just accepts it. Voila. I was thinking, why isn't this game just on a single screen like Diablo 3 would be? And the answer to that question is that there's independent camera angles, so that wouldn't really work. It's a game that's very reliant on having a dramatic camera angle. Now this is both a good and a bad thing. It adds loads of depth to a scene, it creates loads of variation when it comes to moving around levels, and it gives you height and all this sort of stuff, but it's quite annoying. I will go into the puzzle and the platform section of the game in a second, but I do love the idea of a rudimentary vehicle being in the form of a horse from hell, which you can also deliver punishment from. It's great to summon that in.
Come on. Don't you ever want to take a little slice for yourself?
We are trusted to uphold the balance.
Is it Troy Baker's voice? He does sound a hell of a lot like Claude, doesn't he, from Destiny? They're constantly nattering to each other. There's that sort of Alpha and Omega style personalities where War is very much the sober one, and of course there's a few hilarities made fun with on that setup. But let's get back to the gameplay and let's talk about what we're looking at with the UI system. So you can see on the far left we've each got these special abilities which are permanent, and there'll be things like a grappling hook, they're involved with the puzzles, etc. And then we've got your standard keys that are running down the bottom of the screen there. That includes your special hotkeys, etc. You have another layer of specials on the L1 button that allows you access to some quite flashy moves, and they're all stored up on that yellow bar up near your health in the top left hand corner. So it's really standard stuff. it isn't like Diablo 3 in regards to organic health regeneration. That soon becomes apparent. You get hit, it hurts. You have to find health replacement. It's a hard game, and I love that about it. This isn't a breeze, and it's on normal, and it will kill you time and time again. There's a reward system with these jewels that the enemies drop. Different enemies drop different jewels, and you store them up and pump them into a skill tree. But the jewels can be stronger, and combinations of different ones have different perk outputs. It's a really cool idea because it means you're hunting down all the variant of enemy types in the level, and I love getting rewarded for killing stuff. You know, it's not like you walk around a corner and it's like, oh wow, rare weapon. You have to grind a little bit on some of the cooler monsters to be able to get their jewel, to slot that in, to almost receive their power, but definitely a perked version of what you already had. It performs bloody amazingly. It's an absolute pleasure to watch this game, and I'm rewatching the footage for the edit. It's very obvious that its frame rates are smooth and beautiful. So top marks there. No pro support massively, no variables. There's enhancements for the pro, but it's a stunning looking game everywhere. Now this brings me on to the puzzles and puzzles section. I do not mind puzzle sections in ARPGs. I think it's a great idea, and it offers a lot more variety to the gameplay because they can get a bit samey. Look at Diablo 3, you are literally on an isometrical playing field the whole way through. With this, hell no. There's chasms, there's huge rooms, there's halls, there's avenues, there's large open expanses, there's small little rails to jump and climb across, but it does force you into this Assassin's Creed style, work out what direction you need to go in to jump off the back of that wall to get onto that pillar behind you game that doesn't work in isometrics, too difficult and maths mentally to do. They push it a bit much, but once you've done a puzzle, that's it. This game's big on repeat playthrough as well. As I said at the beginning of the video, the bosses really steal the show, and when you're knee deep in one of these horrible puzzles trying to jump on a plinth that's 100 meters up, you really crave the bosses. You miss them, they're amazing. One of the things it does sort of stumble a bit on is that each enemy has a kill move on it that's represented by a circle. You know the deal, like God of War, etc. When you instigate that, you get a slightly increased reward. It might be a bit more health, etc. Sometimes it gets its pants in a twist a bit when it comes to the focus, and if someone's doing a finish, you get the idea. You saw a little bit of it there. Some of the furniture that's closest to camera won't be in focus. Not a massive issue. I love those bosses. That guy had a giant rolling pin he was killing me with. It was bloody awesome. So, Coop, it's all sounding a bit rosy, mate. Is it doing anything wrong? Is it keeping massive swathes of content away from you because you want to play split screen? The answer is no. The answer is this game is geared up so well for two people that playing it on your own on the campaign may not be that great an idea. I would recommend going online with somebody else because these two characters are so great when they're on the screen at the same time. And because you're both autonomous, that split doesn't misbehave at any point. It's amazing. They missed an opportunity with eliminating the split when you get close to each other, like that Argus game did, like you see with the Lego games. Maybe that's a bit technically of a big ask, I don't know. My point being, it would be amazing. But anyway, let's close up because this will be put into the next More 5 video, which I've got coming up next weekend. So I've got another bulk video of games coming up. I don't know where this one will be placed, but it's so damn good. I'm a happy bunny. We're square in the middle of Q1, and we've got a great couch co-op game that looks like it was built from the ground up for same room couch co-op. So top marks, THQ Nordic. I love this game to bits. I'm going to thrash it all year. Yeah!